Welcome back to Garage Rock the Podcast, the return of Garage Rock the Podcast, Season 4.
Can you believe it, Steve? We're back.
Can you believe it? Being back, I wasn't expecting this at all.
Did you miss us? Oh, no one's replying. Crickets, hang on.
Crickets.
Yes, we are doing this at night and there are crickets in the background.
Yeah, so we've got a new studio, as we can see. We've got a new recorder. We've got new hairstyles.
Yeah, we've got new enthusiasm.
Oh, my enthusiasm's right through the fucking roof. We've got a new theme song.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, crickets again.
Oh, no, they don't know what they're talking about.
We need to do this in front of a live studio audience one day, Steve. That'll be so much fun.
That would be, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm already shitting myself at the prospect of doing this episode. I've been just nervous as fuck about doing this episode.
What's made you nervous, Steve?
This is the most nervous I've ever been. Okay, so we, first of all, new theme song. Thank you, Tim Smythe. Tim Smythe and Holy Trash.
Absolute bloody legend. Loving it. It's rocking. It's fresh. It's new. It's us. Mm-hmm. It's garage rock.
And also something new. These cameras. Hello, we're filming now.
It's kind of strange. Yeah. I think that's the strange part is we're not used to, like, normally, like, we're recording a podcast, we can pick our nose or pick our bum, like, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I usually do it without a shirt on.
So we're going to get used. We're going to get used to having a camera and then we'll start doing all that stuff. But for now, it's sort of like...
For now, you're going to have to see us covered up. Eventually, you'll see these tartars and you'll regret it.
And that's where I'll be like, tartar.
But we're on YouTube now. We've got our own YouTube channel. All of our old episodes are back up on the podcast.
Just want to say, I said to Steve about when we started this in 2018, let's put it on YouTube, and he said no. But here we are, getting with the motherflippin' times.
Did I say no?
You always say no to any of my ideas.
Well, that's because...
I'm joking. Oh. We're here. We're queer. We're gonna drink some beer. We're not queer, but we've got beer.
We've got beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To the first episode of Garage Rock, Season Motherflippin' 4.
Motherflippin' 4. But yes, going back to what I was saying earlier, because I've been, really like racking my brain over this new episode because we haven't done an episode for 2.5 years. And I thought we'd kind of just ride off into the sunset, and a lot of people just wouldn't care if we were coming back ever. And then when we said that...
And that was the case.
And that was the case. And then all of a sudden it wasn't anymore because we said we're going to come back, and people were like, yes, I'm so looking forward to it. We had people who have found the podcast within the last 2 years who got in contact and they were like, yes, you guys are coming back. We're like, who the fuck are you? But this is awesome. And also being said, don't know what we're going to do.
We don't. It is going to be a little bit different this time. If you did used to listen to our previous seasons, we've decided to loosen it up a bit.
Yeah, we're changing the format.
Yeah, we're changing the format. Like you're still going to hear about our music ventures, our gigs we go to. We love our gigs.
We do love our gigs.
We've been to a few gigs over the last few years, or probably the last year.
Yes.
I'd love to talk about this on the podcast. And so we'll still do that. And we always come across very strange, awkward situations because, let's face it, we are strange and awkward.
The world gives you what you put out there, and we put out a lot of awkward shit.
The universe is a mirror, Steve. The universe is a mirror. But just on that, can we show everyone our new buttons? Just one button?
Okay, all right. Before
I know, but I'm just
so I can explain to people. Instead, you say buttons. They don't know what buttons you're talking about. Buttons on your shirt.
Push Steve's buttons as I normally do.
Okay, so we got a new audio mixer, and there's 4 buttons on there, and they make 4 different sound effects. And I've just shown these to Cam, and he's over the fucking moon about it.
They're so fun.
Oh, okay, so all right, you go. You push our buttons.
I can't remember which is which, but I can remember the first one. So Steve, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay,
give me a joke. Come on, anything.
Fuck, I don't even know any jokes.
Yeah, awesome. Well done. See, how many times have we said "badum-tsh"?
Yeah, we have.
Now we don't have to say "badum-tsh." We just push thy button.
Push the button. And then also the crowd goes wild.
Hey, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, everyone sit, stop. Thank you. Gee, they stopped really quick, didn't
abruptly. Yes, mid-clap. So we've got some new buttons that I'm sure Cam is going to push
I have a different story about someone stopping mid-clap, but anyway.
Please.
Steve, hey, you got the goodbye music.
Thank you, everyone. So we're going to just, before we get into the show really proper, let's talk about our new format. Let people know.
Yeah, give it the rundown, Steve, because I don't remember.
So we contacted people and we said, look, what do you want to hear from the show? We're going to come back. We're going to do things differently. What do you want to hear? And a lot of people reached out to us.
Thanks to everyone that actually replied.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. And then some of those people, we went back to them. Some of them we know. Some people are complete strangers, and we just said, hey, look, we just want some feedback ahead of our new season. And one of the general pieces of feedback we got was, we just love you to just the banter and just bouncing off each other, even if there's no music involved. And so one of the things that like multiple people said, we don't even care if you don't talk about music. We just like listening to the stories and the jokes and you guys bouncing off each other. Because like our old show, we did have like, here's tour announcements. And let's face it, if you've got Facebook or the internet, you know the tour announcements. You don't need us to tell you.
And we'll put those things up when we get a moment on our social media and stuff like that. So you'll still get little things, but you know, if you like the band, you're going to know when they're touring. So you don't need us boo-bets talking about it. So, but we will be talking about it if we're going, and we're all excited, Steve.
Barring up, I tell you that. But we've got also our new music. So we used to finish the show with new music each week. That's moved to our socials now. So if you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, you'll be able to get new music through our stories each week. We'll be posting new music stuff through there instead of the show. But yeah, so keep an eye out on that because that's where you're going to get your new music.
And that's that segment. So
yes.
That's the last button. I just needed to show all the buttons at the start because I love pushing your buttons, Steve.
You do.
I do.
So what are we going to talk about? Shit.
Oh, we need to get the cricket noise on there.
I'll see if I can import that on there.
Even though you can sort of... There are crickets in the background literally out the window at the moment.
Yeah.
So, and maybe later, Steve, maybe, just maybe, we will be able to see who's behind door number 1.
Okay, yeah, so that's the door to your toilet. We don't actually have anyone. And that's, for the people who are watching, you've seen a door. Yeah. For those of you listening on the podcast, no idea what the fuck he's doing. But
you ruined the illusion because it's
a metaphorical door.
It was gonna, if we ever had a guest, if anyone ever wanted to join us, they were going to come in through there. And we could have done...
Yeah.
Thank you. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. But hey, if we do have any guests... And we might do that. This is a new us. Who knows what's going to happen?
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve. I had a thought because this is our first podcast back. We do we love our rock music.
Of course, yeah.
I thought maybe we'll kick it off. We have to talk about something that was very special to us and kicking off the music scene after that pesky little COVID.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking Foo Fighters.
Oh, of course.
We need to at least touch on it. At least just put the tip in a little bit about the Foo Fighters gig because it was freaking awesome.
That's right.
And we just owe it to talk about it.
Of course. And so we were fortunate enough, Foo Fighters just out of the blue said, we're coming down in a couple of weeks. Yeah. And they played a one-off gig in Geelong at GMHBA Stadium.
Even though it was a year ago. So don't mind that. But we need to pay homage to it because it was special for so many reasons. Yep. Number one being the first arena show. Well, stadium show. After COVID, they kicked off the music scene and, oh my God, it was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
When Dave Grohl came out and they started playing Times Like These and and it was just slowed down. It was just so emotional. I teared up.
Yeah.
I cried like a little baby.
You did.
And it was pouring rain before we got soaked.
Yes.
And it was just, and it was like times like these you learn to live again. There's the perfect lyrics for it, and absolutely had a ball. And it was Taylor Hawkins' last ever show in Australia.
It
was the only Australian show.
The only Australian show. A few days later, they announced an Australian tour coming back to stadiums. Tickets went on sale. I bought tickets to both Melbourne shows.
Did you?
One I was going with my partner. The other one I was just going by myself.
Yeah.
And then, very shortly after that, the news of Taylor Hawkins passing away while they were on tour in South America. And
let's do a cheers to Taylor Hawkins and seeing his last gig, and may he rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Taylor.
Now we're doing ASMR with drinking and eating. But do you remember?
I don't know why. Made me laugh, but I think in my sick mind I was thinking cunnilingus. It was just, I don't know why. In fact, I do know why. I'm a sick little puppy. Anyway,
do you remember at the Foo Fighters gig that sort of like short butch looking lady absolutely going off?
Owl and the Sniffers? No, just joking.
I want your magazine, me.
That's right.
So it was a tea barrier, and me and Steve were on the line of the tea.
Yeah, we were pretty much like near centre stage, but we're on the long barrier going out towards the crowd, where normally a catwalk would sort of go. There wasn't a catwalk, but we were sort of about 20 metres away from the stage.
Yeah, no, it was a good position. Anyway, this this lady started going off. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember.
She was absolutely going off at the bouncers in the tea barrier part, and she's like, call an ambulance, he's passed out, he's dying, he's on the ground, he's dying. And there was no one there.
Yes.
And the security guards, what are you talking about? She's like, do something, he's dying. This lady was tripping on something. There was nobody on the ground. It was quite scary, actually.
I actually know the other side. So you were sort of next to me. My partner was in front of me, and that psycho woman was in front of her. And I don't know if you know the full story about what was going on.
I think I'm about to find out.
I think everyone's about to find out. So she had an idea in her head on how she could get up on the stage.
Oh.
20 metres away through about 10 different security guards.
Did she say this?
Yeah. She was saying this to my partner. Essentially, across
it's
from the...
starting to make a little bit of sense.
So she was saying that someone on the other side of the barrier, in the other half of the crowd, had passed out. My friend's passed out. Help them. So security were looking.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm going to now climb the barrier and then sprint up to the stage. Now, she was very short. And there was no way she was getting over the barrier. She started trying to climb over the barrier.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, see, I'm learning something.
Thinking that the security guards were distracted by this person who's dying in the other side of the crowd. There was no one there. She was just saying,
this
to
just
try to
proves
distract
everyone's
them.
got a different perception of the world. I thought she was tripping on something.
She probably
thinking
was.
that there was someone actually there, but then in actual fact, she's trying to get down the front.
She's cunning. She's very cunning.
Yeah.
Not very good at it. But
it doesn't sound like that much now when I think of it. But when it's the first time you have been out in that like that that size crowd in a long time, it was something to see.
Something that couldn't be seen because my mate was behind us. So we went with Zombor. Hello, Zombor, if you're watching. Hi, Zombor.
Zombor Bussy.
Zombor Bussy. So he was standing next to you, slightly behind me, and there was a guy standing next to me. Keep in mind, we're about 20, 25 metres from the stage, and he had a big cardboard sign.
The guy with the sign, yeah.
Right. He had this massive sign, and on the sign, it didn't just say, I love you, Dave, or go Foo Fighters, or whatever it was. It was like a sentence. It was just like, hey, guys, been a long-time fan. Can you please play Hi, Johnny Park? It's my favourite song, right? 20 metres away on an A3 piece of cardboard.
No one's ever going to be able to read that.
Exactly.
That far away.
Exactly. But he was adamant to hold it up all the time. And the people behind him couldn't see.
Yeah.
So I'm like, turned to him and I'm just like, mate, like, the people behind you can't see. The band can't read that. What are you doing? He's just like, yeah, I'm not blocking people's view because I keep holding it sideways. So that way it's not going to be blocking anyone's view. I'm like, if you're holding it sideways, then the band can't see the fucking sign. He's just like, so then I just put it back this way. I'm like, there are morons. They're absolute morons.
I remember you saying that to him, and I looked at him, and his soul left his body. He was gutted. He was just like, I'm just trying to have a good time. And he's like, fuck you, man. You just gutted him. And then he got over it and everyone moved on. But it's true. No one behind could see and no one could see your stupid sign. I get it, but we're better than you. So.
Yeah, look, I don't like ruining people's times. If you've listened to previous episodes, you may have heard me ruining people's times at concerts, but it was their own fault. And in this scenario, he was blocking someone else's view. Very rude. So an end had to be put to it.
All in all, though, it was a good way to get back into the music industry. Good way to talk about, something to talk about the start of garage rock coming back.
Oh, yes.
Everyone's excited.
Yes.
Listen, need to get these guys.
And the crowd goes mild, yes. But of course, and you did touch on it. Taylor Hawkins, did pass away. They had the two Taylor Hawkins tribute concerts. One in London, one in LA. His son coming out playing the drums on My Hero.
Oh, so good.
You could
see the passion he was playing. He was giving it everything, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Shane Hawkins, I think it is.
Yeah, and what
a legend.
Absolutely, and I think he even played 2 songs in LA. And the band is. I saw there was some footage of him like years ago backstage when Foo Fighters were playing or whatever size stadium or arena or whatever, and there was like a side-on view backstage of like Grohl's kids, like his girls, sort of just like dancing around and twirling around and just I don't know, being like 10-year-old girls or whatever like that, but. Shane Hawkins was sitting there, like off to the side of the stage, and he was actually at the Geelong gig, sitting next to his dad.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was sitting like next to him while he was playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he was a little kid, he was sitting off to the side of the stage, just air drumming to what his dad was playing.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, it's obviously the drums run in his veins.
Imagine having a dad like that.
Yeah,
it would be the best.
Yeah. My dad sucks. No, love your dad.
Your dad's awesome.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
On your Brian.
O'Brien. But also, talking of Foo Fighters, they have announced that they are playing a few festivals in the States. Obviously, like the Australian tour was cancelled, but I have a feeling that will be announced at some point, maybe by the end of the year.
Who's going to? I honestly thought that was going to be it, and now things going to fall down behind you, Steve.
A garage rock poster's going to fall down. This is just
an omen.
Is this an omen?
If it stays up, we will keep going. If it falls down, we will keep going.
I was going to say season 4 is done. So wondering who you were saying that you don't reckon that they'd continue.
I didn't think that they would.
No.
I couldn't see it happening at the time because after seeing them with Taylor, and it's just, I don't know, him and Dave Grohl, it just works. It's just the chemistry is there, and you can tell they were best buddies.
Mm-hmm.
But now, and after seeing the tribute shows, it's like, maybe they will continue. Yeah. Maybe they will find the right drummer, and it sounds like they're gonna continue.
Well, as far as I know, they have announced these tour dates. And look, if they were to record new music, which apparently they have been doing, recording some new music,
Dave
Grohl can just play drums. let's face it. I mean, he did the drums for the first 2 albums, pre-Taylor, so he can just do the drums again.
Who would they get live? Just a session drummer, or get someone different every time? Or
yeah, well, I have heard. I believe it was Matt Skiba was in the studio where Foo Fighters were rehearsing, or maybe it was the Foo Fighters like Studio 606, I think it's called, and he did spot Atom Willard, the session drummer. Playing drums there. And so there's this kind of speculation at the moment that Atom Willard, he did a lot of work with The Offspring, that he may be the replacement drummer, but then there's been a few other names that have been thrown out there. But it's sounding like he might be the new, at least the tour drummer, the live drummer for the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, the hired gun, if you will, Steve. Oh, cool. Well, we'll see. We'll go rock out to him at some point in our lives, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's going. I just heard a little creak of the...
No, that was me. I had a little too much cheese before we started, and it's all just seeping, Cam. It's seeping.
You're queefing.
Oh, queefing like a mofo. But we were talking about another band. This was something that you'd said for quite a while on the show that you would hope would happen, but didn't expect to ever happen again, and that was Blink-182 reuniting with Tom DeLonge. It's happened.
Oh, mate.
This is a dream come true for you.
Well, I've been following this for quite some time now, and obviously the rumours of Tom DeLonge joining Blink again have, ebbed and flowed for a long time now, and especially around their 30th anniversary of Blink-182, they released their vinyl pops.
Yep.
The little vinyl figurines. And they released it with Tom.
Yep.
Not Matt Skiba, Tom. And they're like, Tom's back. and Tom had put on his Instagram, plays in Angels and Airwaves and Blink-182, whereas it never said that before. So everyone's like, Tom's coming back. It's happening all over social media. It's still up. It's still up. The flowers are still standing.
Well, we can't see you anymore, but I'm kind of just hanging there.
That's you, Steve. You're just always just hanging in there.
Keeping you afloat.
And I'm there, but I'm not.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Well, when I do these podcasts, Steves, I've been on a very spiritual journey over the last few years, haven't I?
Absolutely.
All about being aware and being yourself. But as you know, back when we used to do the TV show, Red Sky Music, and we done the podcast, I go in a frug state, which I've learnt. I just let go, consciously let go, and just be... Just whatever happens at that moment.
Yeah.
It sort of just happens. So
it does.
And most of the time at the end of it, I don't remember what we did. So sometimes things may get inappropriate. They may get out of hand. But
they usually do.
So far, we've been all right.
Yeah.
We're riffing.
Yeah. But that's it so far. But
back to Tom DeLonge.
Yes.
Back to Tom DeLonge. And yeah, so the rumours were going pretty strong. And then Mark Hoppus, the bass player, come out on social media and said, it's just 30 years of Blink. Tom's not coming back. It's not happening. You're all getting excited because it was full on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, that confirms it. And I think he just got over his cancer as well. So it was sort of like it's all lining up. Anyway, so for me, that confirmed it. It was all over. It was all done. Like, Tom's not coming back. Anyway, I went away for 10 days with no phone, no service, nothing. And that is when they decide to announce Tom DeLonge's back in the band, world tour, new album, released a new song.
Yeah.
And I come back to all that news, and it was another Foo Fighters moment. I pretty much broke down in tears. I was so freaking excited. And I heard the song, and it blew my head. If you haven't heard it, Edging, it's just such a great way for Blink to say, hey, we're back.
Yeah. And your lovely wife got yourself a ticket. You didn't even know that they were back together or touring. And you come back and what? So she broke the news to you?
Yeah. So what happened was I hadn't spoken to anyone for 10 days straight, and including the wife and kids. Not because of anything bad. It was just I was away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd never done that before, so I was already emotional seeing them again, and I was so excited to see them again. And Danny said all the Blink stuff, and she said, and they're doing a world tour, and we got you tickets.
Yeah,
VIP. Yeah, like in front of the mosh kind of thing. My mate Rhodesy from work hacked into the pre-sale. Just kept typing in words, trying to hack in to get these tickets.
The poster's gone. That's it.
It's gone.
Show's over.
And yeah, so thank you, Rhodesy. Got us those tickets for the first night, and I was just so stoked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because they ended up doing what they're doing 4 shows in Melbourne now, or 5 or something, something like that. I ended up getting tickets to the second night. In the back mosh pit, but that was a hard slog to get tickets. But yeah, it's you've got tickets to another show as well
for Blink.
Yeah,
yes, yeah. So I'm like, I want to take the kids, so I'll get some seats. I think we're going on the third night with in seats. Now
your kids are in the tween sort of age, like they're early what 12 and 10 or
13 and 11.
Well, I was off, but I was close. I don't socialise with them that often. No. Anyway, now Blink-182, they can be a bit risque with some of their songs and some of their stuff that they say on stage.
Yeah.
Are you preparing for that for your kids?
I think no. In a way, I mean, like they're getting older now, so a few of those kind of jokes are coming out, and I'll hold them back, Steve. I try.
Yeah,
I try motherflipping hard.
Yes,
but they're coming out, and they're going to learn all this stuff anyway, and it's in a safe environment with their parents, so
exactly
you can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, to learn about the facts of life through a Blink-182 concert, probably it's not the worst way to do it.
That's it. And let's face it, a lot of it's poo-wee jokes and highly inappropriate for children jokes. But who cares? They're going to learn it anyway. Like,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you motherflippin' go.
I'm so stoked to see him, Steve. It's still another year away, but hey.
Yeah, I know. It's a massive tour. And then Travis split his finger open and they delayed the start of the tour.
Yeah, well, he's broken his finger, and he could I'm using my finger. You could pull it out and put it back in and stuff like that. So yeah, the photo you would have seen of it split is the surgery. So they've cut it open, done surgery. Hopefully, it'll all be good. But it wouldn't be a Blink tour without. It's gone.
That's it.
Oh, well done, Steve.
It's been fun. It's been good catching up again.
We did our best.
But the poster is gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Well, maybe when we make our next comeback, we'll have a better cover.
We'll get some sturdier blue tack perhaps. Yeah. But I do want to touch on something.
That's a lot of blue tack on the wall we put on there.
Blue tack.
It's because it's a warm day.
Yes.
It's like the only hot day we've had in Melbourne all summer. It's not even summer.
No. It's a 37-degree autumn day. Yeah. For our American listeners, that's close to 100 Fahrenheit. But also, I want to touch on this, and we didn't bring this up pre-show because we decided, because on our old program, we used to have 4 pages of rundown for every episode, and we had it structured, right? So we've thrown the structure out the window. We've literally not prepared for this. We said, we'll probably talk about Foo Fighters and Blink, but that's about it. We probably should think about what we're going to do moving forward. But I haven't brought this up until now. What were you doing for that 10 days that you were away? I'm intrigued. I know the answer, but I want to hear, want you to tell our listeners and viewers now what you got up to on that 10-day break.
Well, It would be probably if I got right into it, it would probably be a
ain't got
a whole
nothing but
season.
time, baby.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing but time. No, but give us just skim on the edges.
I did a 10-day silent, completely silent, no talking, no phones, no music, no reading, nothing. Complete silent 10-day meditation retreat. And when I say retreat, I mean retreat in its original meaning of the word.
As in flee?
As in you retreat. You are away. You are secluded in very basic amenities?
Amenities? Amenities.
Is that the word?
You're telling the story, but I think so. Let's go with amenities.
And you go there and you learn how to not speak. You're silent for 10 days straight and you're not allowed to look at anyone and you meditate on and off for from 4:30 in the morning till 9:30 at night.
And you're just sitting in a room meditating.
In a meditation hall, on the ground, cross-legged or however you like to sit and meditate. And let me tell you, Steve, you fucking learn who you are in that time.
So you're left with nothing but your inner demons?
Yep.
Yep. Wow.
You're left with your own thoughts, Steve. Mm-hmm. And, basically it's you learn who you are. You learn how the human mind works. You learn mind over matter. It's very hard to explain in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. But over the course of 10 days, you learn, like at the start, to sit there for 5 minutes. Things start to hurt. You get a little bit of an ache, Steve, bit of an ache in the back or the leg or whatever. And then by the end of it, you can sit there completely still for 2 hours straight without moving and in no pain. The pain's there, but you know how to separate yourself from that pain.
So you're in a room with 20 other people?
Yeah, so the men and women are separated, but in the hall, one side is men. There was 19 men and about the same women on the other side.
Right. So the whole thing is everyone's completely silent. What if someone farts?
Oh, people fart, burp, everything. The whole way through.
So, and there's no one's giggling. If you hear a really good one, one that's just a really sort of
a good queef.
A good queef.
Yeah. Well, I'm partial to a good queef.
Aren't we all?
I'll tell you what, Steve. If you're going there, you're focused, and you get given tasks to do, which seem very minimal, but you need every ounce of your energy and concentration and focus on the task at hand.
Yep.
So, things like there was a few times where I'm gonna fucking piss myself laughing right now, and it wasn't at farts, believe it or not. It was, there was a few funny moments.
Do tell.
Well, we just finished one of the Vipassana meditations, which is the sitting of strong determination sitting for an hour without moving.
Right.
Okay. You get in position and you are not allowed to move. You're not allowed to open your eyes. You're only allowed to breathe through your nose. And
this sounds like a prisoner of war camp.
Let me tell you, if anyone's thinking of maybe doing something like this, it is by far, I don't want to say too much because it puts it in people's heads of what to expect, and you've got to go in there with no expectations. It is the hardest thing that I've ever done physically and mentally, agonizing pain at times, but also the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life at the same time.
Wow.
It's very hard to explain, like I said, but there was one time we did one of the Vipassana, the strong determination, right? Mm-hmm. So you're sitting there for an hour and you get a little bit stiff, I suppose, at the end. And there was this kid who I'd met him at the start, so I'd actually spoken to this one His name was Victor. He was a tall Asian guy, legend. He was only, I think he was 21 or, early 20s.
Yep.
And we just finished this this hour, and I look up, and he's got up. Victor's stood up, and all of a sudden, he's just body slammed on his side, just splattered on the ground. I'm like, oh no, he's having a seizure or something. He's passed out, or what's going on? And then he got up, and then he went on the other side and did it the other side and splat on the ground. I'm like, and then I realised he's just like trying to crack his back or something.
Fucking hell.
When there's no other entertainment or anything else, any other stimulus in your life at that time, that was freaking hilarious to me. So the next time we did it, all I could think of was that, and then I just kept laughing. So people would have just been, I would have just been sitting there. If they opened their eyes, it would have just been going. Yeah. So, what an experience.
Yeah. Complete silence and body slamming.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, what an experience, Steve.
And your prize? A Blink-182 ticket.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, they say that you there's a lot behind this technique that you learn, and it's been around for 2,500 years, Steve.
Yeah.
And I've been dabbling with meditation on and off over the last few years, and this is something completely different. And yeah, learnt a lot.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you going to do it?
Fuck no. I mean, you try getting me to stop talking. I mean, that's actually one of the most interesting things is you, for all the years I've known you, never shut the fuck up. So
really, I thought I was a quiet creep.
When you're creeping, you are. Don't get me wrong. When you're creeping, you're definitely quiet because that's the I guess that's the sign of a good creep. Silence.
There you go.
But when we do,
didn't learn that about myself.
But when we do, I mean, you interview people. You do this show. You've done the TV show. You're always cracking jokes and things like that. You've dabbled in stand-up comedy. So you going completely silent is surprising.
Yeah, and you know what? I realised that a lot of the crap that comes out of my mouth is to hide my inner demons.
Oh, man.
Not inner demons. That sounds very deep. But, like if there's an awkward situation, we crack jokes. And I say we because I know you do the same thing. And that's what we do here. There's an awkward silence, Steve. Quick, crack a joke. It's...
Absolutely. And I went through a phase years ago, not a phase, but a friend of mine passed away.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't crack a joke right before that.
No, but I was cracking jokes pretty much and not, what did the corpse say to the, I don't know. But it was
your way of dealing
with it. Yeah, and it was my way of also helping the family. Yeah. So it was, when things were happening, and I wasn't like just throwing zingers left, right, and center. It was more of a case of just putting out a few little feelers and sort of trying to make people laugh or trying to make people smile. And that was it was an interesting thing. And without getting too fucking into ourselves,
you're an empath, Steve. You want other people to feel better.
Yeah, sure. Jesus, sorry. I'm gonna have to tape that button up because a mate of mine said because it was like, well, bringing back Garage Rock, and he said, why do you want to do this? What's it for? Because I was like, we're not going to get. I'm not doing this to push for radio gigs or to go on comedy tours or anything like that.
Triple M, if you're listening,
if anyone's listening or watching, give us a call.
We are available.
We are more than available. I've literally got nothing on. But he said, so what's your motivation for it? And I was just like, I just like making people laugh or, making people enjoy it themselves when we get feedback from people from, locally, like friends or new friends or people overseas or, complete strangers that we don't know who give us feedback that they enjoy the show. It's just like, shit, I feel really good about that and I like it. And I think that was one of the key motivators for bringing the show back was I enjoy making people enjoy or have fun.
Yeah, and why not?
Yeah.
And you know what? The way we see it is if one person listens to it and has a laugh, then so be it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care.
Yeah.
But everyone love us, please.
Yeah, come on.
Just love us.
Oh, I'll be your friend. But no, but that being said, like, and look, it's we're not for everyone, obviously. We're not for the Catholic Church, that's for sure. We're too old. But the thing is, when we do get people, people say that they didn't really listen. It's fine. But when people do listen, it's cool. One thing I do also have to bring up is on our social media, a couple of months ago, we did do another one of our Garage Rock Opens.
Yeah.
This time we asked for everyone that your favourite rock song of the 1990s, and hundreds, thousands of people getting in. It
was good fun, wasn't it?
Voting and stuff like that was great. We started off with 128 songs, whittled it down to the final, which was Smells Like Teen Spirit versus Everlong, another freaking Dave Grohl-off. Everlong ended up beating Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Did you predict it? Because obviously this isn't worldwide, Steve. It's not Australia-wide. It's garage rock family-wide.
Yes.
Which we have a great garage rock family.
Yes.
And the garage rock family spoke, and it was Everlong. Did you expect that?
I thought, well, because when I put it together, there was like seeds, like in a tennis tournament. Like, so you didn't get Smells Like Teen Spirit versus Killing in the Name in the first round. Like,
yeah, exactly.
They all vote off against each other. So we sort of split them off, and Everlong was the seed. Enter Sandman, Under the Bridge, Smells Like Teen Spirit, obviously, all of these songs. And a lot of people said, oh, well, obviously Teen Spirit was going to, win or be in the final. So, yeah, I was kind of thinking that'd go far. But then there were some surprising songs that got a lot deeper than I thought. Bittersweet Symphony got pretty far.
I saw that. I was thinking, well, that's one of those songs that's sort of a bit of a quiet achiever, isn't it?
Yeah. Wonderwall didn't do as well as I thought it would.
Yeah, I think everyone's over that.
But I used
to play that around the house all the time, and Danny's like, "Can you please stop?" Danny, my wife, she's like, "Stop!
I'll buy you some Blink tickets. Just stop the fucking
stop
song."
Playing it. And I said, "Maybe."
There we go. Jeez.
It fits.
But yeah, there was some interesting songs there. So we are going to do another one in a couple of months.
Yeah, what's this one, Steve? Are we going to announce it yet, or we're still tweaking the little nipples in the background to see?
Yeah, I'm tweaking them really hard. I'm thinking, the greatest songs of the 80s or the greatest songs of the 2000s?
2000s, these 80s suck.
I'm happy to go with 2000s.
Yeah,
I think we'll see what our listeners sort of say. But yeah, the greatest rock songs from the 2000s.
I've been invited to a couple of blokes
having a threesome.
And
they want me to be the third.
There's a challenge.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And we have to pick our top 10 songs from high school, the high school era. So it can't be any later than 2003.
Yep, for us.
Yep. And you have to pick your top 10 songs, and we're going to come to the party and we're going to play the songs, and there's games towards it. So obviously you're going to have some awesome songs because we've all got the same sort of taste in music, but we want those songs these songs that you listen to, but maybe not everyone sort of knew. So like I listen to a lot of, I'm not really supposed to discuss it yet, but so one particular band.
That's all right. No one's listening.
Yeah, $1 Short.
Oh.
One of their songs, which wasn't one of their biggest hits, that I listened to on the way to school every day, and it just pumped me up. It's called Perfect Day. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So that will be on my list. But if someone else has that on their list, you get punished. So I think it's going to be like a drinking game or something like that. So it's just fucking awesome.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm stoked. And then you go, I've got to put this down to 10 because you start looking at the songs and you're like, Jesus, this is hard. Which is like the opens. It's like,
I mean, pick 128 rock songs for the 90s. It sounds like a lot, but when you start getting through it, and we limited it to 2 per artist.
Yeah.
because otherwise you'd have all of Nevermind on there, all of the Black Album on there, all of So two per artist, and then there's some awesome one-hit wonders as well that were in there.
Yep.
So it was very hard. So if you want to take part in the we'll do the 2000s, I think. Yeah, the greatest rock songs of the 2000s. We'll be doing that in the coming months. And, make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Garage Rock Podcast. And also, don't forget, follow us on YouTube as well.
That'll help me with my little party with the 10 songs I got to
of course.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Brilliant. But anyway, Cam, we are, I guess, coming to the end of our first episode. Again, no idea what the fuck we're doing. We've just come back and we're going to give it a go, and we've given it a go, and that go has been given.
Yeah, I've had fun.
Oh, absolutely. I've had fun too. Hope our listeners have had fun. As mentioned, you can follow us on YouTube. Listen to that applause. They're going mental. Woo!
We need to do a fade on that.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just going to sound like it's not real.
You know what that button does, Steve? Mm-hmm. Massages our ego.
Oh, and it couldn't be massaged much more than
I know. That just purely massages the ego because it's not real. Mm-hmm. It makes us feel nice.
It's the Vaseline on the hand that is Garage Rock's ego. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap this up. It's been fun. I've enjoyed this.
I've enjoyed this too, Steve. I hope people have.
I hope our listeners do. And I hope they come back for episode 2 and episode 3 if we get that far and continue on from there.
Yeah, we'll continue on.
Yes. We've had some people getting contact. We've had some people getting, I was trying not to drop the C-bomb.
Oh.
And then I accidentally did it.
Oh.
But it's been done now, so what can you do?
Yeah, because I said continue.
Yeah.
And I tried to tweak it to sound a little bit like that, but I thought I got away with it, but then it put it in your head.
And then
you said it.
Contact.
And then see?
So I blame
Everything's suggestive. That's how hypnotism works.
Anyway.
Hypnosis, not hypnotism.
Well done. So anyway, follow us on our socials. Come back next week. Come back again. I'm just crazy about you, babe. Have you got any final thoughts or points or anything you want to say, Cam?
There was something I wanted to bring up, but I think I'll bring it up in the next episode.
Ooh.
I'll give you a little teaser for next episode.
I'll go for it.
And I thought it would have been a funny way to start the first episode, but we'll do it on the second one.
Okay.
Steve and I, and he doesn't know I'm going to say this.
Oh, God. What could this be?
We're proud to announce that we have our very, very first official proper hate mail.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Oh.
Yep, we have hate mail, and we will read that out to you next episode if you want to hear it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was hurt.
Oh.
I was hurt, Steve.
I had to stroke your face to get you back to sleep, but anyway, and I've also got to talk, I got a new job, and all of my colleagues found out that I've got a podcast because of the 90s competition. Of course, I said, you should, vote for this kind of thing, and not thinking that, now they're going to follow us and now they're going to listen to my podcast. That's going to be shit.
So in advance, sorry. But anyway, it has been fun. It's been great to get here. If you want to listen to some new music, check us out on our socials. That's where we'll be doing it now instead of the podcast. But for right now, I've been Steve. And I've been Cameroni Nose.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.